Films either last or they don't. And after a while, I think it was Auden who said of Yates that he became his admirers. And in a sense, after a while, a film becomes its admirers. In the case of Dark City, when it was originally released, it got some fairly negative reviews, and it did pretty disappointing business. But it has grown and grown and grown on DVD, and in showings on television, and occasionally actually in theatrical revivals, although repertory houses are sadly not much with us anymore.
For me, particularly with a film like Dark City, which has been around for a while, the reason people will come to this particular version of the film is because they possibly have already seen the film and they're interested to see something more. So we're giving them more, we're giving them a more complete version of the movie, but we're also giving them perhaps an exploration of some of the ideas and the philosophies behind the story, and perhaps a more thorough view of the process whereby we made the film.
Generosity to me is the quality that directors and filmmakers bring to a film when they give you more than they have to, because they love it. There is a certain bottom line of what a film has to contain in order to do whatever that film sets out to do. And when a film does that, with more elaboration, more style, more complexity, more passion, I feel grateful. There are shots in Dark City that are much more complex and beautiful than they need to be. So let me talk a little bit about what I mean by generosity. There's a scene where Emma and Bumstead leave his office. And basically the action in the scene is they have had a conversation. Now they open the door and they walk outside the office and they say one or two more words. But the scene that they walk into by going through that door is a very long police station office. People in the left foreground, people in the middle distance, people in the background, lights along the walls, desks, a lighting scheme, an end wall, because many of the spaces in Dark City are very long and deep. The color is that sort of sepia tone with kind of a brown and pale yellow kind of thing with darkness. There's just no reason to have a set that large and that nicely lighted and that well composed, except that it just looks great.
The main criticism of Dark City still to this day with some critics is it looks really nice, but it's all style and no substance, which I take as an incredible misunderstanding of what the film is. You cannot say it's no substance. If anything, it's all substance, I mean, you can certainly criticize it on many other levels, but you certainly would never criticize it on that level, It's almost that there's too much substance for some people, and they're not prepared to invest that level of thought into something to sort of understand what it's trying to do, And, not that it's a perfect film. I mean, I'm not saying that at all. And it's far from a perfect film. And I'd be the last person to call any of my films perfect because I'm my greatest critic. But it's, I know what the level of thought that was put into that film, and it certainly does not suffer from lack of ideas or thought. That's the one thing that it doesn't suffer from.
Certain movies strike us. They don't have to be self-consciously artistic or self-consciously great, but they strike us in a way that we return to them in our memory, and then we return to them in our viewings. They have some kind of a quality that we cannot put aside and can't forget. I think that Dark City is a film like that as I look at it. And with the films that I really think are great, I can look at them over and over again.
The version of Dark City that was released in 1998 was not exactly the version I wanted. There were many reasons for this, but I am happy that I've gotten a chance on this DVD to restore my original version of the film. You'll see a film that stays much truer to my original vision. There are some major changes. The narration that used to begin the film is gone, and there are some smaller changes which I believe add to the overall enjoyment of the film. There are also some extended scenes that help us get to know the characters in more depth. Overall, I think it is undoubtedly a better film, and I hope you enjoy watching it.